Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, patrons of the multiverse. Kang has arrived. I managed to get him after one day in the shop. I love him. I think he's really, really cool. Really, really good. I've seen a couple of YouTubers and a lot of comments sort of saying like, oh, he's good, but he's a bit overrated, etc., etc. I humbly disagree. I think my guy's cracked. I've got two decks to show you today. Just to sort of a couple of like very preliminary basic drafts, very rough. So firstly, I've got this Mr. Negative shell with a Kang in it. So the idea is that we're using a couple of nerf cards like Zabu and Silver Surfer, and we're doing a Lockjaw combo. Kang actually works really, really well with Lockjaw, as if you hit it off him, you can see what the Lockjaw is going to roll. And also, you can then thin your deck out from the Kang. With Mr. Negative as well, Kang costs 0, which gives you a lot of flexibility. In theory, if you really wanted to, you could play Zabu or Psylocke, Mr. Negative, and then Kang on 4, which is quite funny. Other than that, it's a pretty basic shell. We've got a whole bunch of like on reveals and free drops that just get buffed by Silver Surfer, and also benefit from Lockjaw. And that's about it, really. So we'll get right into that one. Let's make sure we've actually got the right deck selected, as if I'm known for one thing, it is selecting the wrong deck. Cool. I'm really excited about this card. I felt a bit of a snap drought the last couple of weeks, which is why there haven't been any snap videos. So Kang's just sort of giving me a lot of inspiration. I'm really excited to sort of check it out a bit more. Elysium's really good for us. I kind of want to snap, but I also kind of want to see the last location. I love this bishop as well. Any excuse to play this bishop is like my favourite thing in the world. This was like my first ink fight, and I've never been so happy in my life. Mirror Dimension. That is toxic. I guess the big risk here is that it turns out that it's, what's it called? Another Sanctum, so I think we're going to have to play something into it just in case it turns into Sanctum. Okay. Come on, Gambit, you got this. Okay. Not ideal. Not ideal. Okay, a second Elysium. That's interesting. I think we'll still play the Mr. Negative. I think we'll hold back the Rogue and the Kang. I just love him. I just love him. I also saw a variant where he's... oh, it's Thanos. I didn't even look. It's Thanos. Okay. I also saw a variant where he's like a DJ, and I don't normally buy variants that much, but you know, you've got to, right? The only problem with it is like it's like Morph. It's like Morph has really, really good variants, but where he doesn't stay on the field, it's kind of like a bit depressing. Okay, interesting. So, see, now we have the benefit of knowing that he was gonna do that. Is it gonna do the effect? I've not played him on PC yet. This is the first time. Oh, I didn't just skip my turn, did I? Because that's happened to me before. Oh no, okay, I haven't just skipped my turn. The thing is, we could skip and just like, he hasn't snapped yet, and I think we know we're probably gonna lose this, but like, if we play Iron Man right, like, what are we actually looking for to win here? I guess we'd have to literally hit Silver Surfer off the top, and then you'd have to play nothing mid. So, sort of like in the exercise of good snapping, we'll just retreat. The cool thing about Kang as well is if my guy had snapped there, it undoes your snap, which is insane. So imagine snapping being like, oh, I'm going to play Magneto, and then you play the Kang, and it turns out Magneto was not the play, and something horrible happens. You can just undo that snap and retreat for 1 cube, which is absolutely crazy. I'm very excited to try and climb with Kang next season as well. I think he's a really, really good card. I'm very excited to sort of prove that as well. I just think there's a lot of non-believers. But then I was always quite adamant that Thanos was a good card from the start. I thought Thanos was crazy, and I'm glad people came around to seeing that. kind of want to snap here, I'm not going to lie. I actually feel like this is, like, incredibly good. Go on then, let's do it. Let's do it. This seems like a good snap, do you know what I mean? We've got a really, really good hand. It's a shame we lost the lockjaw. Okay. Wow. Okay. Cool, man. No worries. I was planning to do 3 games with each deck, so I didn't want this one to be too long, but I think I'm going to have to do an extra one now. Because that didn't really demonstrate anything. That just demonstrated good snapping, I guess. If you can call it that. There's a couple of things I think about changing in this deck. Like, the Psylocke feels a bit clunky. Because I've kind of noticed that, like, you're really not that fussed about playing... Like, the Mr. Negative's good, but, like, it's not as crucial as you'd think. Graph's kind of interesting. I think I'm just going to go for it, to be honest. These locations do suck, but I just don't want him to have the Wrath, so... Destroyer. Destroyer's actually kind of interesting, I'm not going to lie. I'm thinking play Bishop left. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm thinking play Bishop left, and then we're just going to Lockjaw Psylocke. We're probably not going to play this Destroyer. Because, I mean, getting the Vibranium out of the deck won't even be that bad, and it's like... We can still play Ironheart, Silver Surfer next turn, that probably just wins. Okay. That's fine. Also, Vibranium plus Destroyer, really, really good. So we could do some really spicy stuff with it. Let's do that, and then how many cards we got on our deck? 9. We'll put the Ironheart back in our deck.
I am Iron Man.
Okay. Nice. Kang?
I am Iron Man.
The only thing I don't love about this is if he has Rogue. I think we're just playing Rogue Surfer. So I think we only really lose here if he has Rogue and he plays Rogue mid. I think we lose, like... Is Rogue Surfer good enough? Rogue Surfer's not even good enough. I mean, he's got a couple of... I guess he could have Mystique as well. Mystique could be really good. He's not got any freeze mid, so if he rogued, we'd lose 17. I actually think... Did we beat Rogue? We've only got 1 free drop mid, so if he halved it, it'd be 17-19. We'd lose to Rogue mid, which is cool. And then if you played Surfer right, yeah, we could lose this quite easily. I kind of want to play it out, though. I kind of want to see what he's got. We got priority as well, which makes our Rogue a bit of a bummer, but yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I actually thought he standed quite a decent chance with that one, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. I actually thought we might have lost that. Fair enough. No worries. Alright, we'll do one more with this one, and then I'm going to show you something a little bit different. So, I also think, like, going back to Kang, that Kang's quite a good tool for consistency. So, like, obviously Kang can be used to sort of like... I just think Kang benefits the most from Lockjaw. Like, I think Kang and Lockjaw are like best friends. And so far I haven't played Kang without having Lockjaw in the deck, but when you see the other deck it's got Lockjaw in as well. And I wouldn't say that either of these decks are like super focused around being Lockjaw decks, but they both definitely benefit from Lockjaw. Quite a bit. Okay, I think it just makes sense to play Mr. Negative here. Rough. It's probably a bit snap now, isn't it? Sokovia. Error. I'm just gonna play. I think I just want to play Gambit, to be honest. I mean, I was thinking about it, and if it was Shuri, I probably wanted to save it, but oh my god, this just literally isn't worth playing. I just don't have like the resources to beat this like ever. He didn't play anything. That's very interesting. Shh. I mean, I think I lose this, but like... She-Hulk, yeah, sure. Taskmaster. Yeah, I probably should have retreated. I don't really know why I stayed. I was just kind of a lord in, guys, you know. Oh wait, that's why. See, now this is cracked, right? Because I've lost. Like, I lost that game, right? But like, now, because of the fact that Kang goes off, we only lose 1 cube. It works a bit better on mobile, though, I've got to admit, because like, I've had it a couple of times when I've been playing him on mobile where like I've just accidentally ended my turn and lost more cubes. But yeah, so now I just managed to save a cube because, yeah. And I think that's why Kang's good. And then obviously one of the data mine cards is like Mephisto. Mephisto is like 6-0, double your winnings. And I just think that's going to be really good as well. I genuinely do. I just think anything that's got 0 attack is just kind of like cracked in a way. So, second deck. I literally took the deck that I got to Infinite with this season. And then Kang used to be Giganto. This deck literally got me to Infinite really, really easily, really consistently. It's a discard deck where, obviously, you know, ideally you want to play Hela. But, like, sometimes that doesn't pan out, quite often actually, because obviously you've got Hellcow and MODOK. If you end up discarding your Hela though, all is not lost because you've got Apocalypse and Dracula, and it's just sort of like you want to just cheat out some big stuff with Lockjaw, plus Colleen Wing and Swarm. It's a really, really good time. If you don't have any of the cards here, I think the staples are obviously Colleen Wing, Swarm, Lockjaw. I think the staples are probably more the sort of top row here. Ignore Kang. Kang's definitely not a staple. But like, you could substitute Hellcow for another kind of discard, like probably like Blade or something similar. To be fair, you could probably lose Colleen as well. I think you need Swarm because the 0 costs are really, really good with Lockjaw. MODOK's not even essential if you don't have the Battle Pass. You just need some big stuff. Like Magneto could quite easily be Hulk, or Giganto could be in here. I think America Chavez is really, really good. Apocalypse is a bit of like a necessary one because obviously you want to keep discarding him, but again you could probably get rid of him for something else. I mean, there's plenty of big cards, so you could easily fit in a Doctor Doom here or something similar. And then in terms of discard cards, I think at one point I had Moon Knight in here. Moon Knight's okay. Swordmaster's obviously not a bad replacement. But yeah, this is pretty tight. Like I said, I got to Infinite with this deck list, but I spiced it up a bit by adding in Kang. Hopefully you will see the benefits. It may seem really weird to want to play Kang inside a Hela deck. But again, I think the consistency effect is actually crazy. So what I found for the limited games I've played is that obviously normally when you're playing a Hela deck, if you manage to have Hela and you manage to not discard Hela, the biggest issue is you play Hela and then obviously your stuff spawns. And it kind of goes all over the place. So with Kang, you see where the discards are, the respawns are, and then you manage to get the rewind, and you know exactly where it's going to happen, same as Lockjaw. So the way Kang interacts with Lockjaw is whatever gets pulled from Lockjaw will always be the same, unless Kang comes from the deck. This is looking pretty good so far, though. I'm pretty sure I want to go Lockjaw, Hellcow at the moment on Cabotage. Never mind. The Volts, okay. Bar with no name, okay, rough. That's actually really infuriating. I kind of want to discard the Hela now, I'm not gonna lie. This is some very spicy plays going on here. I think I might be playing MODOK next turn. I haven't seen the Daredevil Kang interaction yet either, so this would be quite interesting if we hit Kang to see how that interaction works. Such a cool card. Like, I've got nothing against like stature or like Ghost or any of the other cards that come out over the last few weeks, but Kang's probably the first one I've seen that I've been like, ooh, that's a lot of spice. I get why they didn't make it the Season Pass card, but I think it would have been pretty neat to sort of have it be the Season Pass cards. Okay, let's see what my guy plays. We've also got the option of playing Bar with no name on Magneto into Bar with no name on 6. I could see this being like an Arrow or like a Juggernaut to try and be clever and like pull the MODOK into Bar with no name. I love Enchantress, what a cool card. Some of the base card art is so good. Like, I could just sit and look at the Scarlet Witch for ages. Like, the rings are so cool. Bishop, Lizard. Okay. The only thing I'm a bit worried about is Shang-Chi. Otherwise, this feels pretty... Oh, well, there we go. There's Kang.
All systems go.
Is it gonna just do it on its own? See, the thing is, I don't want to click it because, like, I've double clicked it before and it just like. Why is the Daredevil effect only just gone on off now? It seems to crash the game a lot on like PC. Okay, cool. Well, I'm doing the exact same play. But now my deck's obviously thinner by 1 now, so that Kang's now not going to get pulled. So that's one of the advantages of having it in this deck, is that if you pull it off of Lockjaw, you get a repeat. And then obviously when it comes around the second time, it's not going to be Kang now. So we don't know what it is. We've still got Colin Wing, America Chavez, and something else in the deck. So it's going to pull something else this time. Which is like fine. Oh, he's changed his play. He really wants to go all in on the Bolt, which is weird because he's seen that we've got Apocalypse. So at the moment, I guess he's going to kill this Nova though, right? Surely.
All systems go.
I kind of wish we hadn't discarded the Magneto because that would have been a nice, nice one to hit. Oh well, that's just sweet, isn't it? So. What is left in our deck? America Chavez and not America Chavez, Colin Wing and something else, but it's gonna bother me. I want to remember on my own chat, like it's got to be another 6, right? Surely. I actually have no idea. We discarded Hela. I'm not looking either. After this game, I'm just gonna keep going. But yeah, I think that's one of the advantages of Kang. Like with Lockjaw, it's just so good. Like, oh, MODOK. Okay, nice. MODOK's pretty perfect here, I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully we just don't have a Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi would suck. Okay, cool, that's good. That means no Shang-Chi. I believe we win now. Armor, yeah. Nice, good game, good game. Nice. I did think Kang was a bit more busted before he came out though, because I thought it was that you get to redo your turn but your opponent doesn't. I thought it was more like the Deadpool effect. But yeah, it's the other card in my deck, man. Like seriously. I actually can't believe that I can't remember what this card is. But yeah, is Kang good? Absolutely, I think so. I think like, obviously he's really, really bad into Cosmo. Which is sort of mitigated a bit by the idea of the Mr. Negative version, because at least then he's a 0-5. Which is a pretty good stat line. Like, obviously Iron Man with Mr. Negative is like the best possible thing with 0-5 plus the ongoing. But Kang plus Mr. Negative isn't the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. I really don't like Shuri's Lab with this deck. I think we're going to play Lockjaw mid, just because we're just really not fussed, and it kind of like discourages him playing Cosmo. Yeah, cool man. You can have that. I mean, maybe we go for the Infinite, maybe we don't. And this is the beauty of it, because now we can Kang, and we can see what we get from Lockjaw, but we'll also be able to see what the opponent would play. Okay. Interesting play. I'd love for the Swarm to get discarded here, that would be ideal. Infinite, okay. Okay. Bit sad to lose the... Kang. I want to play at least one swarm here. I think I want to do it this way so we still have a spot open on Necroshark. Sarah? Is my guy really about to play Hazmat? Hazmat Luke Cage, eh? Ooh, Magneto. Cool. That's actually really good, I think. Okay. I'm thinking that this is probably good enough to win. I feel like this is a good line of play. Cool. It's just going to depend what this is, isn't it? If that's like Jug. Okay. Rough, man. You see, now this is a deck that, like, if he had Ghost, that would have been a win for him. Fair play to him, no sticking around. I probably wouldn't have stuck that around. If you have priority, if you don't have priority, like, that's just rough. If you have Ghost, like, fair play. I don't know how the Ghost, like, obviously not having Ghost, I don't know how it works. If you turn over Ghost first, does it then mean that you stop turning over the rest of your cards and switch to your opponents? Because if you do, that like redefines that deck. I can't imagine it works that way because of the way like order of operations would have to work for the machine, but like for Marvel Snap. But yeah. Oh, please give him Kang. Oh, look at me, I'm playing Galactus probably. Don't hate the Wolverine. The Wolverine's actually kind of useful, I'm not gonna lie. We were just skipping. So, I'm probably going to play into Avengers Compound here. The thought process being that if he's playing Galactus onto... so if we see an Electro here and he's playing Galactus on like 5, he's going to have to play an Avengers Compound. Sure. Could just be like a Deathwave deck or something similar, you know. Got Modok in hand. I might just play the Swarm. I think I'd rather play the Swarm than the Wolverine. Gee, I sure hope he's not playing Galactus. We'll snap it. So the cool thing we can do here is, right, we can Kang. So now he plays Galactus, but we'll get to see what we would pull off of, what's it called? Lockjaw. And then we can sort of make a decision. Okay. So, we'll always get an Apocalypse. And then he's going to gain 8 power, 12 power if he plays Null. So this beats Null, which is pretty good. So, just in case he doesn't go down the same route, we'll play Hellcow. Just because now he might have seen that, and he might think, oh, I don't actually want a Galactus mid, I might just Galactus Bachugula next turn. No. I guess he could have... Oh, it changed the thing! I thought it was always the same Lockjaw pools. Okay. Well, this kind of changes everything, really, because now there's like a 50-50 chance we get Hela and Thingy. It also undid my Snap, which is quite cool, which is what I was talking about before. It's not even going to be a 50-50, is it, though? It's going to be a 33% chance. You know what? we got to go for it, right? we got to go for it. We got to go for it. Like... I think you have to here. But yeah, do I think Kang's good? Absolutely. I think it's really like fresh and okay, that was an interesting play. I guess it adds 6, 7. Yeah, adds a bit of power. Okay. I was robbed. Let me give him the old ARG. That's interesting though. I've had it that the lockjaws pulled like the exact same stuff. I don't know whether it's because I didn't play Kang into the lock. That doesn't make sense though. Maybe I've just had like really convenient RNG. Because I thought it was always the same lockjaw pulls, but I guess that's on me. Yeah, we'll do one more. But I think Kang's really, really interesting, really, really fun. I think like Thanos and Galactus, he definitely creates a playstyle. I think so far, with the cards released, he does fit best into like Lockjaw. I think with Lockjaw, it's just so good. It's so good because obviously, like, if you play Kang from hand and you just lose a card, that doesn't always feel good. Whereas with Lockjaw, it's like, okay, mate, whatever. Whereas like with, I just love that. I just love that. It's like, oh, New York, I'm going to snap. Okay, man, no problem. You do you. Especially if you're just playing fucking garbage cards, you know. I know they're not garbage cards. I know they're good cards, but you know what I mean. They're just playing like the cookie cutter. Oh, I'm just going to play Thor and Scorpion. I'll play Iceman now. It's just a bit much. That'll be Iceman. Yep. Yawn. Don't discard Hella. Oh, you bastards. Bastard hell cow. I'm going to draw America Chavez next turn. Can we win this? We can. Is it worth it? Probably not. I don't really want to waste any time. Alright, I reckon we can squeeze in one last game before we go. Yeah, I think Kang definitely will have an impact in the future. I mean, it's weird because it's like, I guess you can build a deck around it, but like it's not like deck defining. I think if you compare him to Galactus or Thanos, which is like makes sense, as they're all supposed to be like these Series 5 like definingly good cards. They definitely are, but they definitely hit differently. I think like Galactus is like the one that you obviously have to cage the most around. Like Thanos has kind of proven that you can have Altar of Death. That's a bit of spice, isn't it? I think we're going to Lockjaw, because I think what we want to do is we want to hit Infinite in the Nexus, because he's probably going to try and Professor X me. I think like Galactus, obviously you have to build the deck around, whereas Kang you could literally put into any deck, which I plan to try doing. I just want to kind of have a bit of fun with him, to be honest. Sure, eh? Let's build a nice big minion. Okay. This one's a bit sucky. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see whether he Professor X's or whether he's got a double Shuri buff on whatever he's playing. But the beautiful thing about this is as well, and this is why I think Kang's quite good, is that even if my guy snaps now, being like, oh, he's got Kang, you know, whatever he pulls, it's not going to be as good as my huge colossal minion. I get to see his play, so like, I can literally be like, yeah, you know, actually I'm good, you know. But also, because he's got the Daredevil, he might have been like, yeah, you know what, I'm just going to play some garbage, just to put him off kind of thing. Cosmo, okay. Very weird. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm actually going to play Magneto. And just pull his stuff across. But now he might switch it up. Now he might play Professor X. Oh my god. It really makes the game crash on PC, doesn't it? Oh, it's turn 5. Oh. Okay. We'll try skipping this time. We might just get Professor X now, though. If he snaps, we'll retreat. But this is the beauty of Kang. I really thought I'd already lost this game. So... That's so funny, but also so peak for him that he didn't get it on the Nexus. But yeah, see, and that's beautiful, because now I can just retreat, and I didn't lose any cubes, didn't risk it. You know, if he'd snapped, I would have backed up. That's just funny. It's interesting, though, that his original play was not to play that Red Skull. He was more comfortable playing Thingy. But I mean, fair play to him. Fair play to him. But yeah, is Kang good? Absolutely, in my opinion. Is he worth getting? I think it's like a very weird one because I think if you don't have all of the cards, or I mean, who has all of the cards? But I think if you don't have all of the cards that you want, and you're missing like a lot of good cards, no. But I think he'd like fit in places like Shuri and stuff as well. Obviously, he just does get shat on by Cosmo. So if you're running a Shuri deck and you wanted to do what that guy just did and like test the water a bit, he'd be good to have. But then if I just Cosmo'd his Kang, he would have, you know, instant conceded. But yeah, I think he's worth having. I think he's good. Anyway, that'll do me for today. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Don't worry, there'll be plenty more. Kang will return in Avengers. Kang Dynasty. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time. Cheers, guys. Goodbye.